Of course, hope is the foundation for a positive future. Now I'd like to introduce you a very special guest who stands out as a beacon for a bright future. As a member of the Penny Harvest Youth Regional Roundtable, Quinn Smart has guided efforts among area school kids to raise hundreds of thousands of dollars, which each year the student gives to organizations that address community needs. Quinn is a shining example of someone who not only talks about making this world a better place, but she actually acts upon it. She has wisdom beyond her years and conviction that we all can respond to. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Quinn Smart.
Hello, everyone. My name is Quinn Smart, and I got involved with Solid Ground through one of their youth-driven programs, Penny Harvest, a few years ago. Penny Harvest is a program where kids collect coins in their communities and choose organizations that they want to send grants to. From the fundraising drive to choosing the recipients and awarding the grants, elementary and middle school kids make all the critical decisions while learning collective activism. It is an incredibly empowering program, just like many others at Solid Ground. During this school year, 51 schools in the greater Seattle area participated. 603 kids joined in leadership roundtables. 12,318 students voted on where the $51,450.25 raised would be spent. While you're thinking about those numbers, remember that this was all driven by elementary and middle schoolers. Recently, the Penny Harvest Youth Board was brainstorming topics for workshops at the upcoming Youth Summit. The topic of racial inequity was brought up. After a few moments of conversation, I was expressing that I didn't think it was an issue in my age range and where I lived. On the way home from that very meeting, my mom told me about the Trayvon Martin shooting. I immediately realized that the only issues I was making myself accountable to were the ones I had seen firsthand. Racism not being one of them. In order to achieve the ultimate goal of less poverty and social equality, I realized we can't be limited by our own experiences. Being compassionate in our understanding and realizing that there are so many people in the world who are in such a different place than we are will help us immensely in becoming stronger advocates for change. Although we can be aware about the inequities and injustices going on all around us, sometimes we don't have the time to stop and realize the intricacies of these issues. Solid Ground has helped me to grasp that there are many perspectives to an issue, and this in turn enables me to be a better social advocate. Speaking of different perspectives, here's a question for you all. How many of you here today have had a conversation recently with a child or teenager regarding pressing social issues? Okay, pretty good. How many of you have taken the time to seek out and listen to a child's opinion on being a better philanthropist? A common phrase is that the youth of today are the leaders of tomorrow, and while this may be true, I also challenge it. The whole message of Penny Harvest is that the youth can be the leaders of today. Sitting in a room full of 8 to 12-year-olds who are brainstorming solutions to community issues, you would be amazed at the ideas that are tossed around. I guarantee that they aren't the same ideas that are proposed in an adult meeting. They may not be well thought out, and at times they may involve superheroes and mascots dressed up in bunny suits, but they are also ambitious and raw. Having not yet faced obstacles in life that give them doubts about their own ideas, kids are able to think bigger and broader. When it comes to changing your community, or even the world, the only obstacles we face are the ones we create for ourselves. That's what Solid Ground is good at. It helps break down our obstacles when we feel we can't make a difference, and it eliminates the obstacles of the people it's helping. We should never doubt ourselves of being able to make an impact. And today, we all have a chance to participate in a big one. You can help Solid Ground help the community by giving as much as you can. Now, it's our opportunity to practice collective activism, Table captains, if you would please distribute the pledge materials to your guests. Please note that gifts of $250 or more will be matched dollar for dollar by Solid Ground's major donors. Gifts of $1,000 or more will be matched 2 to 1. Melissa Harris Perry is a personal inspiration to me. On her new show on MSNBC, Melissa Harris Perry, she talks about racial issues, religious questions, and gender concerns. Airing on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 a.m. to noon, the show is much more than political chat. Her guests are both political experts and the real-life people whose moving stories cut through the talk. She asks great questions and comes at big issues with strong opinions based in deep analysis and tempered with good humor. Melissa is also professor at political science at Tulane University, where she is founding director of the Anna Julia Cooper Project on Gender, Race, and Politics in the South. Her new book, Sister Citizen: Shame, Stereotypes, and Black Women in America, discusses how stereotypes contribute to policies that treat Black women unfairly and create a barrier to their involvement in the political arena. Signed copies of her book are available in the lobby after the event. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Melissa Harris Perry.
Well, it's pretty clear to me that Solid Ground might be a great organization, but you have made a terrible mistake today, because it is certainly true that Quinn should have been your keynote speaker. I don't know if it's the jet lag or the Mother's Day or what, but I began to cry while she spoke, which there is no crying, in politics, right? Stop. Okay.